So let's review the code that we use to add our handler. To add our handler, we just added, let's do it side by side so it will be nicer to see. We've added our handler's add line over here. And we've added this method that was created by Visual Studio, and we put a pointer to it here. But let's explain it step by step. So there's the handler collection to which we are adding our handler, and we are naming here what is it that we want to handle. In this case, we wanted to handle a keyboard, a F8 keyboard. So we chose the keys enumeration from System Windows Form. This is the namespace, and this is the enum, and from it we chose the keyboard F8. And then the handler's add method returns, if you look over here, it returns a handler wrapper, and that handler wrapper has an invokes command, invokes event, sorry. What is an event? An event is a C# object that is used. You'll probably see about it in the basic training for C# in the Bob videos, but event is something you can register to and do things. Well, we register to this event a method, the one over here, that will get executed every time this event is fired. Now, as you've seen in my video, when I've done plus equals and tab, Visual Studio has generated this method automatically for me. And he knew how to generate this method because of the type of this event. Let's go to its source code to see what I mean by that. If we go to the source code of this event, we can see here there is an event of type handler invoke handler. And if we go to it and say go to definition, we can see that it's a delegate that returns no parameter and accepts one parameter of handler invoke event args. Well, we've seen that in depth in the handler and event video, in the lambdas and bind values and delegates video series that there is on our website. And if you want to learn more, you're welcome to go there. But what all of this actually means is that the invokes event accepts a method that answers to these rules. Returns no parameter and gets one parameter of type handler invoke args. And when we press tab, Visual Studio has generated this method for us, so we have it over here. Great. So just like we can send a delegate as a parameter, like we do in the bind value or many other places in the code, here we can register it to an event using the plus equals. Great. So let's just try it again from scratch to see how Visual Studio walks us through this. I'll delete all of this and say handlers add system Windows Forms keys F8, and then I'll choose the invoke event. You can see it's an event by this little lightning bolt next to it. So we're going to say if invokes plus equals, press tab to generate a method, and it created the method for me, enter, and it already exists. And here I will write my code. Message, show warning, pressed F8. And when we run it, it will work. Perfect.